Legendary Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman was recently found dead alongside his wife in their multi-million-dollar mansion, leaving the public in shock.
And try to figure out the exact cause. And I think
what seemed to be merely a heartbreaking incident, but unexpected discoveries from the FBI have sparked a series of difficult-to-answer questions. A hidden underground tunnel, strange pieces of evidence, and unthinkable details have transformed Hackman's death into a big mystery. Could this be a meticulously covered-up murder, or just a suspicious coincidence? Join us as we uncover the truth in today's video.
The third found dead near Arakawa's body. Officials did not find any signs of forced entry. The fire department.
Number 1. Nightmare at the $1 Million Mansion. On the morning of February 17, 2024, at exactly 7:43 a.m., an emergency call was made from Gene Hackman's luxurious $4 million mansion in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The caller was the family's longtime housekeeper, Mrs. Eleanor Price, who had discovered the lifeless bodies of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, lying motionless on the large bed in the master bedroom. Initial police reports indicated no signs of forced entry. The doors and windows remained intact, with no traces of a break-in or attack. Even more surprising, both Hackman and his wife's bodies bore no visible injuries, no bruises, no wounds, nor any signs of a struggle. Everything in the bedroom was left untouched, as if time had frozen at the couple's final moment. Forensic expert Dr. Robert Calloway, after conducting a preliminary examination at the scene, confirmed that the couple had died within 5 to 10 minutes of each other. This raises many questions. Could someone have killed them in a sophisticated way? Or did they end their own lives in a way no one can explain? When the investigative agency got involved, initial theories were quickly proposed. One of the most common hypotheses was that the deaths of Hackman and his wife might have been caused by carbon monoxide poisoning, a frequent cause of death when heating systems malfunction. However, after a thorough inspection of the entire villa, experts discovered that the ventilation system was functioning normally. Toxicology tests also found no signs of any toxins in Hackman and his wife's blood. There were no traces of sleeping pills, sedatives, or any hazardous substances. Food and water samples were meticulously examined, but the results yielded no clues. The theory of simultaneous strokes was also dismissed. According to the autopsy report, both Hackman and his wife were in good health with no history of severe cardiovascular disease. The fact that both had died nearly at the same time without any medical explanation only deepened the mystery. As news of Hackman's death spread, several neighbors came forward with strange stories from the months leading up to the tragedy. Mr. Richard Collins, who lived near the Hackman residence, claimed he frequently heard metallic clanging noises and the sound of footsteps underground at midnight. At first, he assumed the Hackmans were having something repaired. Mrs. Linda F., another neighbor, recalled that there were nights when she was awakened by echoing murmurs coming from the villa. She couldn't make out what they were saying, but she was sure it wasn't normal. It even sounded like chanting for a strange ritual. Their testimonies prompted investigators to question, was there a hidden secret beneath the ground? And could it be related to the deaths of Hackman and his wife? What made this case even more perplexing was Gene Hackman and his wife's reclusive lifestyle. Despite being a Hollywood legend, Hackman had long withdrawn from the spotlight. He and his wife lived an extremely private life, isolated from the outside world. They rarely interacted with neighbors, seldom appeared in public, and only maintained contact with a small circle of close friends. No one knew exactly what Hackman had been doing in his final years, or whether he was hiding a secret. But the sudden and mysterious deaths of him and his wife led many to believe that something dark was lurking behind the walls of the villa. Was this a sophisticated murder, a supernatural mystery, or just an eerie coincidence? To uncover the truth, let's follow the FBI's investigation over the past few days. Number 2. FBI and the discovery of the secret tunnel. When the FBI began investigating the mysterious deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife, they never expected to uncover a shocking secret hidden beneath the actor's $4 million villa in New Mexico. The villa was renowned for its luxurious design and state-of-the-art security system, but its complex structure raised suspicions among investigators. During an inspection of the basement, they discovered something unusual. One wall in a small room produced a hollow sound when tapped. This anomaly did not align with the standard design of a modern house. Immediately, experts used thermal scanning devices and confirmed that there was a large empty space behind the wall. After a thorough examination, they found a concealed mechanism hidden in a nearby bookshelf. It was a sophisticated disguise. The bookshelf could rotate slightly when a secret switch was activated, revealing a perfectly camouflaged door leading to the tunnel. The discovery of this entrance surprised the investigation team, as the mechanism not only required significant investment of time and money but also indicated that its creator, Gene Hackman or someone associated with him, had deliberately kept the tunnel's existence a secret. Upon opening the door, investigators entered a vast tunnel designed on an astonishing scale. The tunnel stretched approximately 200 meters underground, about 2 meters wide and nearly 3 meters high, spacious enough for an adult to move comfortably and even transport bulky items. The tunnel's walls and ceiling were made of thick reinforced concrete, reinforced with high-quality steel bars, indicating that this was not a temporary structure but a meticulously prepared project capable of withstanding pressure from the massive soil above. The tunnel's ventilation system was still functioning, despite clear signs that the area had been abandoned for a long time. Small vents were installed along the tunnel ceiling, connected to air ducts running upward. This system allowed air to circulate, eliminating the risk of toxic gas buildup, a common hazard in underground structures. Another notable feature was the tunnel's lighting system. Fluorescent lights mounted on the ceiling, though mostly broken or inactive, indicated that the tunnel had been frequently used in the past. This further increases curiosity about the true purpose of the tunnel. However, it was not just the tunnel structure that baffled investigators. What they found inside truly left them perplexed. Along both walls of the tunnel were large wooden crates, covered in dust, seemingly abandoned for many years. When the FBI opened each crate, they discovered strange objects, old black and white photographs depicting unidentified individuals in various settings, some dating back to the 1970s. None of the photos had any notes or markings to help identify the people or locations. Additionally, the crates contained numerous yellow documents, including letters, handwritten notes, and plans with unclear content. Some documents were written in English, while others were in German, French, and even cryptic symbols that investigators could not immediately decipher. Another significant discovery was a collection of leather-bound journals filled with cryptic notes about historical events, numbers, and complex diagrams that appeared to involve encryption or secret schematics. Scattered throughout the tunnel were other items, including outdated electronic devices such as radio signal transmitters, reel-to-reel tape recorders, and several devices resembling manual code-breaking machines. Some of these devices were handmade, with carefully assembled metal parts and wiring, suggesting they might have been used for high-level technical purposes. These discoveries raised major questions about whether Hackman had been involved in secret activities in the past. These symbols include triangles, circles, and icons that do not belong to any known system of symbology or ancient language. They suggest that the tunnel was not only built for personal purposes but may also be linked to some secret organization or group. The existence of the tunnel has raised a series of unanswered questions. Why did Hackman build or own such a large tunnel without anyone knowing? What is the tunnel's true purpose? Was it used as an emergency escape route, a storage place for secret documents, or part of some underground operation? Who designed and built this tunnel? Although Hackman was the owner of the villa, there is no information indicating that he ever hired a construction team for such a complex project. Furthermore, the cost of building a 200-meter-long tunnel with such a solid structure is estimated to reach millions of USD, not including maintenance and security expenses. This raises the hypothesis of whether Hackman was involved in a secret project in the past, or if he was simply the inheritor of the tunnel from a previous owner. What the FBI found in the tunnel not only complicated the investigation but also opened up a series of new theories about Gene Hackman's life. Could his death and that of his wife be connected to the secrets buried within this tunnel? Why was this place, which had clearly been used frequently in the past, abandoned and left to gather dust for years? And what do the strange symbols on the walls truly mean? The underground secret tunnel is not only an astonishing discovery but also a crucial clue, unveiling hidden depths in the life of Gene Hackman, a man the public always believed was simply an actor who had stepped away from the spotlight to enjoy a peaceful retirement in his final years. But clearly, his real life might have been far more complex and mysterious than any role he ever played. Number 3. The value of the villa and its mystery. Gene Hackman's mansion is not only the home of a cinematic legend but also a masterpiece of architecture, equipped with modern security features and holding many unsolved mysteries. The exterior of the mansion exudes the essence of a dream home, nestled in the peaceful outskirts of New Mexico. However, a deeper investigation revealed that this is no ordinary residence. The true value of the mansion lies not just in its $4 million price tag but also in its unique design and the secrets it conceals. Set on more than 10,000 square meters, the mansion is surrounded by dense foliage, creating an absolutely private space. A key feature of the home is its advanced and impenetrable security system, with surveillance cameras installed in every corner, motion sensors tracking any movement inside and outside the house, and an automated gate that can be controlled remotely. Some key areas, such as the office and small storage rooms, are protected by biometric locks, requiring fingerprint or retina scans to access. These features make Hackman's mansion a fortress, raising suspicions that he may be guarding something far more valuable than material wealth. These security measures not only highlighted Hackman's cautious nature but also fueled suspicion that he might have been protecting something far more valuable than material possessions. The villa was built in the late 1980s, a time when Gene Hackman was at the peak of his career. During this period, he was receiving major awards, starring in blockbuster films, and earning a massive income from Hollywood. Some documents indicate that the villa was designed by a renowned architect who had worked on multiple projects for the elite. However, strangely, there are no records mentioning the construction of the secret tunnel. According to the original building plans, the villa consisted of only 2 floors above ground and a standard basement used for storage. This suggests that the tunnel may have been built later, without official oversight. The question remains, who built this tunnel? And why was it so carefully hidden? The existence of the tunnel has led to numerous theories regarding its purpose. Not only does it raise questions about its true function, but it also sparks speculation about its connection to the mysterious deaths of Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa. While there was no immediate concrete evidence, the unexpected discovery of this underground structure completely altered the course of the investigation. What initially seemed like a natural death was now being examined under a veil of mystery and intrigue. Theories about whether the tunnel played a role in the couple's deaths began to surface, each with its own reasoning, yet all leaving behind unanswered questions. One of the earliest theories discussed is that the tunnel may have been used as an escape route for the murderer. With its solid construction, the tunnel was not only an impressive structure but also could serve as a secret pathway for anyone wishing to enter or leave the villa without detection. According to investigators, the tunnel entrance was cleverly disguised, and its opening mechanism could only be activated from the inside. This raises the possibility that the killer might have known about the tunnel's existence in advance and used it to sneak into the villa without leaving any signs of forced entry on doors or windows. The crime scene in Hackman and his wife's bedroom showed no signs of struggle or forced entry, further increasing the likelihood that the perpetrator entered and exited silently through the tunnel. However, the biggest question remains, how did the killer know about the tunnel, a secret unknown even to most of Hackman's closest associates? Could someone from the past, connected to the tunnel, have returned to commit the crime? And if so, what was their true motive? These are questions that investigators have yet to answer. The second theory, drawing interest from some scientists, suggests that the tunnel might have contained toxic substances, such as poisonous gases or radioactive materials, which silently affected Hackman and his wife's health over time. According to investigators, the tunnel's ventilation system was still operational, but the possibility of leaks from stored equipment or materials could not be ruled out. Initial forensic reports found no signs of acute poisoning in the couple's bodies, but this does not exclude the possibility of long-term exposure to harmful substances that their bodies could not process. Experts have hypothesized that if the tunnel was once used for scientific or industrial purposes, the accumulation of hazardous chemicals or radioactive materials would be entirely plausible. Notably, although Hackman and his wife had lived in the villa for many years, they rarely ventured into the basement. However, even a small amount of toxic substances dispersed through the air or ventilation system could have severely impacted their health without leaving clear traces. This theory also raises the question of whether the tunnel was ever used by an organization or individual before Hackman owned the villa, and if so, what its original purpose might have been. Another, bolder theory suggests that the deaths of Hackman and his wife may be tied to a major secret he was hiding within the tunnel, and their deaths were the result of this secret being exposed. The items found in the tunnel, ranging from black and white photographs to yellowed documents and outdated electronic devices, hinted that Hackman might have been safeguarding information or artifacts he wanted no one to discover. Some analysts speculate that Hackman may have accidentally stumbled upon something connected to a powerful organization or significant past event, using the tunnel as a secure hiding place. However, the fact that he kept this secret for years without taking any public action raises questions about his true motivations. Many believe that the discovery or threat of revealing this secret could have led to his and his wife's deaths. Did someone know about the existence of these documents or items and silence Hackman to protect the secret? Or had Hackman, for reasons unknown, become the target of a larger conspiracy from which he could not escape? All these theories share one common element: they highlight the tunnel's pivotal role in the mysterious deaths of Hackman and his wife. However, none of them offer conclusive evidence. The tunnel's existence not only complicates the investigation but also raises profound questions about Gene Hackman's private life. Was he simply a brilliant actor who chose to live a reclusive life in his final years? Or was he entangled in secrets the public never imagined? His death, along with the tunnel's discovery, may hold the key to unlocking greater mysteries, or it could forever remain an unsolved question. With each new theory, the life and death of Gene Hackman become increasingly complex, making us wonder, is this the story of a real-life tragedy, or the plot of a gripping film in which Hackman unknowingly played the lead role? Number 4. The silence of the authorities. Faced with the strange case involving a famous figure, the silence of the FBI and related authorities regarding the mysterious deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife has become the focal point of public discussion and speculation. Despite the investigation dragging on for weeks since the couple's bodies were discovered, very little official information has been released. This lack of transparency has left the public questioning, especially as bizarre discoveries, such as the secret tunnel beneath the mansion, strange documents, and inexplicable objects, continue to surface. The authorities' silence has only heightened suspicions. The FBI's refusal to disclose details, even basic updates on the investigation's progress, has led many to ask, is something bigger being concealed? One of the most pressing questions is why the FBI has not released any information about the evidence found in the tunnel or the theories they are pursuing. When pressed by the media, FBI representatives have merely issued brief statements that the investigation is ongoing, while refusing to comment further. This approach contrasts sharply with other high-profile cases, where investigators often share updates to ease public anxiety and prevent unnecessary speculation. In this case, the lack of transparency has created fertile ground for conspiracy theories. One of the most widely discussed theories suggests that the authorities are deliberately withholding information because the case is connected to a secret project or a powerful organization. Some analysts believe the FBI's silence is not merely a cautious approach to the investigation, but possibly an effort to protect sensitive information related to the tunnel and its contents. There is speculation that the old documents and outdated electronic devices found inside could contain information linked to covert operations, potentially dangerous if made public. Some even suspect the tunnel was not Gene Hackman's creation, but rather the legacy of a secret organization, with Hackman unknowingly becoming the new owner of the site. The mysterious symbols on the concrete walls inside the tunnel have sparked questions about a coded system or messages from a group Hackman might have been involved with or accidentally discovered. Conspiracy theories go even further, with some believing the authorities are hiding information because the case connects to past secret U.S. projects. There is speculation that the tunnel and its contents might be tied to an intelligence agency or long-abandoned military scientific program, and that Hackman may have known too much or held on to sensitive information related to the project. His death under unclear circumstances, coupled with the government's silence, has only deepened these suspicions. Some believe Hackman may have inadvertently become a target of a powerful organization, and his death was part of a cover-up to protect secrets the public was never meant to know. The silence of the authorities not only fuels public skepticism but also sparks a wave of criticism from the media and social activists. Several investigative journalists have attempted to access documents related to the case through the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, but all requests were denied on the grounds that the case is still under investigation. This has only heightened curiosity and fueled speculation that something very significant is being concealed. A prominent journalist, who has been involved in investigating major cases, commented, "When the authorities remain silent in a case like this, it usually means they're trying to protect some kind of secret. The only question is, how big is that secret?" Some legal analysts have also raised questions about the legality of the FBI's handling of information. According to them, refusing to provide basic information to the public could violate people's right to know, especially in a case of such significant public interest. However, the FBI argues that maintaining secrecy is necessary to ensure the integrity of the investigation and prevent the distortion of information or evidence. This creates a dilemma, where the government's caution is misunderstood as a cover-up, and the lack of transparency further intensifies public tension. Not only the public but even those who had worked with Gene Hackman expressed confusion over the authorities' handling of the case. A longtime friend of Hackman, who had collaborated with him on film projects, shared, "Gene wasn't the type of person to get involved in trouble or secrets. He was always careful and lived by strong principles. The government's silence about his death makes me worry that something very significant is being hidden." Such statements further complicate the case, raising questions about whether Gene Hackman might have accidentally become entangled in a secret that even his closest associates were completely unaware of. Number 5. Potential evidence. In addition to witness testimonies, the physical evidence found in Gene Hackman's villa not only sheds light on parts of his mysterious life but could also be a crucial key to unraveling the case. These items, which may appear ordinary at first glance, reveal numerous potential clues when analyzed thoroughly, sparking various theories about Hackman's life and the circumstances surrounding his and his wife's deaths. Among the most notable pieces of evidence, a vintage mobile phone, a notebook filled with strange notes, and unmarked bottles of medication discovered in the couple's bedroom have drawn particular attention from investigators. Each of these items could play a vital role in solving the mysteries surrounding the case. The old mobile phone found on Hackman's personal desk was one of the first pieces of evidence to catch investigators' attention. The device appeared to be a relic from years ago, despite Hackman owning more modern technology. Strangely, the phone had not been connected to any telecommunications service recently, but when examined, it was found to contain numerous unread messages. These messages came from an unsaved number, and their contents have yet to be publicly disclosed. However, according to leaks from an anonymous source, some messages contained cryptic language, possibly hinting at a looming danger or a secret plan. This discovery has fueled speculation that Hackman may have been in contact with someone regarding a significant issue before his death, or that he may have been threatened by an unknown individual or organization. The old phone, along with its undeciphered messages, is currently being analyzed by digital forensic experts in hopes of uncovering more information about the sender and the nature of the messages. Another piece of evidence found in the villa was a small notebook, carefully kept in Hackman's study. The notebook, with its worn leather cover, was filled with handwritten notes in Hackman's own handwriting. Its contents puzzled investigators, as it contained cryptic words and phrases like project, danger, unsafe, and a series of numbers or symbols with no clear origin. Some pages featured rough sketches of what appeared to be blueprints or architectural designs, though without any accompanying explanations. This raised suspicions that Hackman might have been involved in a secret project or had knowledge of a looming threat, using the notebook to document his thoughts or crucial information related to the issue. Experts in cryptography and symbolic language have been called in to analyze the notebook, hoping it might provide clues about the events leading to Hackman and his wife's deaths. However, no concrete findings have been publicly disclosed so far, and the contents of the notebook remain one of the case's biggest mysteries. In addition to the phone and notebook, investigators also discovered several unmarked bottles of medication in Hackman and his wife's bedroom. The discovery was particularly noteworthy, as no medical records indicated that either Hackman or his wife had been prescribed any special medication at the time of their deaths. The bottles were neatly placed on the bedside table, with no information about their origin or contents. This led investigators to suspect that the unknown substances could be directly linked to the couple's deaths. Theories range from the possibility that Hackman and his wife may have accidentally or intentionally consumed the unknown medication, to the more sinister hypothesis that someone may have planted the bottles in their bedroom with harmful intent. Forensic experts have conducted chemical analyses on the bottle's contents, but the results have yet to be made public, further deepening public curiosity about their potential role in the case. All the evidence collected, when examined together, paints a mysterious picture of Gene Hackman's life in his final years. One thing is certain, the investigation into the mysterious deaths of Hackman and his wife is still ongoing, with all the evidence being carefully analyzed by experts from various fields. While some important pieces of evidence, such as an old phone, a notebook filled with strange notes, and bottles of unidentified medication, have leaked, no official conclusions have been made so far. Discoveries related to a secret tunnel, strange symbols on the walls, and unusual documents found inside still remain complex pieces that investigators are trying to piece together to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, the public is closely following the case, hoping for a final answer to be revealed. However, the silence from the FBI and authorities has led many to question. Could these mysteries be part of a larger conspiracy, beyond what the public can imagine? Or are they simply a series of random events that led to the tragic deaths of Hackman and his wife? These questions, along with ongoing theories, continue to heighten the intrigue surrounding the case. The secret tunnel, the strange symbols, and Gene Hackman's secretive life have now become the central elements of a story everyone wants to know the conclusion to. The investigation continues, but will the truth ever be revealed? Or will it remain forever in the shadows, becoming one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time? One thing is certain, this case is not just about the death of a famous person, but also a significant challenge for investigators trying to decipher the truth. The global public will continue to watch, waiting for an answer to these haunting mysteries. There are still far too many unanswered questions surrounding the case. Can you guess what might be revealed next? Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss the next episode.